Dr. Kars?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Lyle.
Mm-hmm.
We met yesterday. I brought my daughter Rachel here.
Oh, yes. The 4-year-old. I remember.
Yes.
Well, you're looking better. I'm not surprised.
You may sit down.
I apologize, Ms. Lyle, but I'm going on about 3 hours sleep, and I've got over 3,000 patient records still to deal with, so if we could... Excuse me? What's going on here?
Dr. Kars, Rachel is dead.
I'm very sorry to hear that, but I don't understand.
She died just a little after 8 o'clock this morning. At least I think she did, because when I got up around 8:30 and went to go check on her, I found her wandering around her room.
Ms. Lyle, I think I know what
You cleared her, doctor. You sent us home yesterday. Sent us home with some amoxicillin and a lollipop because she'd been a good patient.
I think you should...
A grape lollipop. A grape...
This is her blood.
Ms. Lyle. Nancy. This is a very bad idea.
Why? You cleared her. It was just bronchitis. So why should you worry?
We're very careful with our screenings. There are fail-safes.
Then you'll be fine, won't you?
Oh my God.
I had to shoot her. I had to shoot my own little girl. I had to take my father's old Remington out of the garage and shoot my own little girl because of you. She could have died with me holding her, telling her I loved her. Instead, she died alone, in agony, because you lied, because you told us she was clean.
I didn't lie. I would never do something like that deliberately. It would put thousands of people in danger.
Then it's even worse. She died because you were incompetent.
What do you want, Nancy?
I want you to be as scared as she was. I want you to feel what she felt. In the dark, alone, dying. She didn't understand. She just thought she had a cold. She trusted you. She trusted me because I trusted you.
All right, I am scared. I'm scared, Nancy. And I'm very sorry for what happened to Rachel. I'm very sorry.
You're sorry?
Yes, goddammit, I'm sorry. What do you want, Nancy? You want me to crawl on the floor and weep? Do you know what's going on here? Do you understand what's happening? Rachel was one of 23 children I saw yesterday. 23 in one morning. And before you walked into this Mercy Center, I had to push the plunger on 14 of those kids, filling their veins with potassium solution and barbiturates. Some of those children didn't have mothers to hold them. Some of those children had to watch their mothers die the way Rachel died, in agony and fear. Some of them watched their mother's eyes open again, and when they went to be held, they were attacked, bitten or scratched by their own mothers, infected by their own mothers, sentenced to death by their own mothers.
You were negligent. You let her suffer because you made a mistake.
I haven't had a real meal in almost 3 weeks. On a good night, I get 4 hours of sleep. Usually I'm awake for 30 hours at a stretch. This center is understaffed, overworked, and the technology we have just isn't good enough. Doctors and nurses quit because they're tired of being surrounded by so much death. They can't stand being reduced to nothing but executioners. The ones that stay, they're terrified of getting infected. The ones that stay have impossible workloads. I made a mistake. It's never happened before, but I'm not going to say it is impossible. I'm only half alive myself, Nancy. You want to infect me? Go ahead. But mistake or no, I was still here when Rachel and you walked in yesterday. I was still here because I am sorry all this is happening. I'm sorry I can't do more. I'm sorry we live in a world where the unthinkable happens every day. Where a little girl has to be shot by her mother at 8:30 in the morning.
What am I going to do now?
Room 21. Six-year-old, Caitlin. We just screened her. Army picked her up at a rest stop out on the highway. Her mother was killed by a group of reanimates. She's scheduled for euthanasia in less than an hour. And she's all alone.
Room 21?
Down the hall on the left.
Do you have...
They're in a jar at the nurse's station. Grape?
Grape.